Alright, so I did something like this last year, which basically I was predicting the entirety of the regular season and the playoffs. Basically the entirety of the NBA season. The NBA season starts tomorrow, so I was thinking, let's just do it now, right? I haven't published a video, uploaded my bad, in like nearly a month, so I'm just coming back real quick. So, without further ado, let's start this off. So now, at number 15, to start it off, let's go with the feeling Washington Wizards, right? It has to be. They're kind of disappointment. Alex Zar did not look good, so they probably, in Summer League, I don't know about in the real league, NBA, but I just don't feel that they are going to do better in a pretty good Eastern Conference, pretty well done Eastern Conference. I just don't think, I sure don't believe in this Wizards franchise to really do much, right? They're probably not doing much. So, yeah, let's go. Number 14. The teams in the East. Let me just pull this up real quick. Let's go to teams in Eastern Conference NBA. Let's just do this. So sorry for a bit. Okay. Every team in the Eastern Conference. Alright. Let's go. So, no. I don't need the rosters. So out here we have Boston, Brooklyn, New York, Philadelphia, Toronto, Chicago, Cleveland, Detroit, Indiana, Milwaukee, Atlanta, Charlotte, Miami, Orlando, Washington. So okay, now that I know everything, let's go from number 14, the Nets. Again, they think they're a young team. They could show a bit of good, but there's no way they're gonna be a good team, right? There is no way. They can actually do much when it comes to the playoffs. They're a rebuilding team. They're trying to get Cooper Flag, obviously. So, yeah, I have them number 14 seed. Now, number 13. 13, right? Yep. Is the Pistons. I think they will do a bit better than last year. They were one of the worst teams last year. They were historically bad. But now you got like Tobias Harris. You have Kate Cunningham obviously coming back. So I think, yeah, they're probably going to be a good team. But they're not going to be anything like, they're not still a playing team. They're not going to get in there, right? And in the NBA, the thing about this is, it's really like easy to make the play. You don't have to be a good team because you just need to not be one of the bottom 5 teams in the conference, right? You just have to not be that bad, and you made like the Pistons, 13 out of 13. They're only a team that's 3 rankings higher than them making the play. So it's not too big of an achievement to like make that play-in tournament. So I just look at this again. So there are good teams in this conference, and almost every single team from now I think could be a play-in team. I have to go with the Raptors. I just don't think they're going to be a good team. There's nobody really on their team that's screaming a really good player. They don't have that kind of even kind of star. I don't think they do. So I gotta keep them at number 12. They're not gonna be doing much better than that. Now they could they could make the play, and other than these three teams, I think that every single team in this Eastern Conference, other than those three teams earlier, have a chance to make the play-in. So if the Raptors make the play-in, they could. There's not gonna be like a huge shocker to me though. Um, yep, yep. Number 11. I will go with the Atlanta Hawks. I think this year for the Hawks is going to be the year that they will just straight up suck. They won't do anything. Trae Young, there'll be a huge mess. And then Trae Young might be traded. I don't know. But there'll be a huge mess, I think, in Atlanta this year. And number one pick, Zachary Bijachet. I don't think he's a bad player, but he needs more time. And being the number one pick usually means that you're gonna be the future of the franchise. But we just say he's not getting as much hype as the 55th overall pick. So more people know about the 55th overall pick than the number one, which is obviously never happened, but I think we all know why. So number 10, just making the play-in. I'm gonna have the Bulls. I'm down on the Bulls this year, especially after trading Alex Caruso. But the thing about Lonzo's coming back, and you have a couple other good guys on their team. You have Zach LaVine, you have Vooch, you have Lonzo coming back, obviously. And then on the bench, they have some guys. I think, you have Kobe Vide, Ayo Dosunmu. So they have great guards on their team. I'm low on them because I don't think Zach LaVine can really lead you to a good playoff team. But don't know. So anything happens in the NBA these days. So we'll see. Now, as the surprise team, Hornets. I have the Charlotte Hornets at the number 9 seed. And let me explain why. You're having LaMelo. If he's healthy, he's one of the best. He's a really good player. And you have Brandon Miller, who is scary. You even have Mark Williams, a very solid center. This is a young but very good team that the Hornets have quietly been constructing. So I believe that the Hornets get the number 9 seed, and they will be a better team than the Bulls and the Hawks. Quite a surprise. Now going on over here. Okay. It's the number 8 seed. I am going to go with the Miami Heat. And the reason why is they're probably going to be just resting Jimmy Butler. This team is really talented, but Pat Riley doesn't really show Jimmy up. He doesn't really come and play until the playoffs. Bam just made Team USA. He's a good player, but I don't think that this team is regular season. They're more of a playoff team than a regular season team. So I gotta go with them at that position. Now the last of the play-in is gonna be the Philadelphia 76ers. And the reason why is we saw last year that Tyrese Maxey cannot play as a number 3. I mean a number 1. He's not a number 1 player. When Joel Embiid was hurt, the Sixers were not a good team. When now you add in Paul George. Apparently they're not going to be playing back-to-backs, both of them. They both are quite old, and they both have history of injuries. They both get injured a lot. So I don't think that if you're counting out straight-up talent, the 76ers are a way higher team. They're probably one of the biggest threats in the East. But this is not a 2K simulation. This is real life. And guys get hurt. And the Joel Embiid, Paul George get hurt a lot. I can't be banking on a guy who is obviously not going to stay healthy. 2 guys. So, yeah, that's why I have them that low. Now, the thing about this is, any one of these teams left, all of them are really good. They're really good. So, you have Boston, New York. I have not said the Cavs, the Bucks, the Pacers, and the Magic. Starting with the 6th seed, give me the Pacers. See, last year was a great run. Do I think this will correlate towards this year? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not exactly too confident in this pick, but I think it's a better bet in the playoffs. They're a better team probably than the Bucks, probably maybe a little better than Magic even. But here I just don't think that this is gonna be like that team. No. It leads us to our number 5 seed, and that's gonna be the Magic. Please go there. I mean, why the hell did that get? Yeah. Number 5, the Magic. I think, like most people think, that the Magic are going to be a good team. And if they make the top 5, that's what I think. The East, they're one of the younger teams. They were the 5 seed last year. Now, do I think they really did much to do much? Did they do much to see it? They did. They signed KCP, so that's a win. But I still don't think that they're a better team than the Cavaliers, the Bucks, the Knicks, and the Celtics. I just don't think that they're a better regular season team than those teams. These are to our number 4 seed, which are between Bucks and Cavaliers. Because we all know Celtics and Knicks are going to be in the playoffs. Are going to be 1-2 in these. So I think this Bucks team will over time just wear out because they're so old. So I gotta go Bucks 4 seed. Now the Cavs will be the 3 seed. Now the 2 and 1 have the Knicks done enough to surpass the Celtics. I am going to have to say, yes. I'm going to go with the Celtics. Number 2 seed. Knicks, number 1. Because I feel like these big moves, they got Mikal Bridges. They have Jalen Brunson, who's one of the best players in the league. They have some different players also. They have Karl-Anthony Towns. They have Josh Hart. I don't know why I included him. No offense, but they have someone else. I forgot. They have some other guard. I don't know why I'm liking up, but this team and then the Celtics, they're a good team. They have Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. Tomorrow the Celtics and Knicks are gonna open up the season, but for now, I'm rocking with the New York Knicks. Now, let's go on to the Western side of things. So, I'm about to bore you guys by doing this. And the only reason why I didn't do the second review for the other one is that for whatever reason I just like the voice on that was just like blurred out basically. So I thought there's no point. But I basically said that the Bucks go on to win the championship and some other dumb stuff. So that's what it would have been. Probably should just check out that video. So, happened. Go. Damn it. Yep. Let's just keep it here. Yep. Let's go. So now let's pull up all the West teams. And I use Wikipedia on that one. Okay, I was just making sure this is updated. Alright, I just saw this. So let's go. Number 15, I don't think this is much of a conversation. Is the Trailblazers. I think this team has like DeAndre Ayton, who's not good. Robert Williams is a good player, but I don't know why he's on their team. Jeremy Grant again should not be on their team. Shane Sharp's a good player, but Scoot Henderson had an up and down rookie season. I have to have the Trailblazers winning this. I mean, being the worst team, not winning it. They don't have much talent outside of like Shaden Sharp. It's not like a good player. So we'll see if Scoot can make that second year leap, but I think they're a safe bet to be the worst in the West, probably. Now, next up, the West is really deep. It's really stacked. Next up, I will go. Yeah, I have to go to the Jazz. And it's all because I think they're going to be a terrible team. You have Lauri Markkanen. I think they'll be like somewhere 11, 12. And then a lot of teams will be calling up for Lauri Markkanen at the trade deadline. They end up trading him and everything goes downhill right after that. So, again, the Jazz, outside Trailblazers, I think every single team here can make the play-in. And that's the thing about the NBA. Like, 25 of the 30 teams in this NBA. It's so hard to predict this in this way because so many of the 25 of the 30 NBA teams can make the play-in. So it's hard to really predict. So I gotta go ahead and take something. Now the rest of these teams, I can all see. This is actually hard. Yeah, I think at the number 13 seed, I think the Pels have had too many distractions. And then at the deadline, if they find a way to trade away Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson is never healthy. Herb Jones. So they have some good role players like Herb Jones, but they don't have Zion's not going to play the entire year for sure. So, and then BI is probably going to get injured. So then you're leaning on DeJounte Murray to be your best player, and we know he's not going to do much as a best player. Plus, he also can obviously get hurt anytime. So next up, so basically we're done with those three. So we have, you know, what? I'm gonna put the Rockets here. And I think that they will be a better team than I think they'll be better than the Pelicans, which is a big it was just a pretty big hot take. But I don't think they will be better than the Warriors or the Kings or the Lakers or the Suns or the Clippers even the Clippers. So yeah, I just don't think. And talking about that, I do have the Kings coming in. And why do I have the King? Oh, DeMar DeRozan right there. My bad. The Clippers, you can go there. The Clippers are going to be at the 11th seed. I forgot about the Kings head. I was like, oh, flip, DeMar DeRozan's there. Maybe not. So, yeah, the Clippers, I think is the same reasons that everyone's saying. Kawhi's going to get hurt. Harden sucks now. He doesn't suck now, but he's not a very good player. He's not that bad. He sucks, really, but he's not a good player. And you have Kawhi. And then outside of those two, you have Terrence Mann. There's no one else. So, yeah, I think that, and then that James Harden trade was just adding on to something that they already did wrong, which was that Paul George trade, or the shade trade that everyone calls now. Everyone calls it the shade trade now or something. You're just adding on to that by trading for James Harden and giving up almost all your good role players for him. So yeah, you're kind of in a hole. And now coming into this new arena, it's just there's gonna be too much pressure. Now the 10 seed. I'm gonna put the Warriors. And I think Kuminga will be very Warriors. I don't know, I put the Warriors. It seems like Warriors. Warriors. Yeah, there's no way that Warriors. It looks so weird. When you have Stephen Curry on your team, you have to be a playing team. But I think Kuminga will be good, but outside that, there's nobody else on their team. Then Lakers, same reasons outside of LeBron, AD, Austin Reeves. Really, they don't have much depth. I don't see the Lakers again doing anything. And I'm kind of a Laker fan, so coming from an honest source. 8, the Kings. They added DeMar DeRozan. You know, I think that's a good move. You have De'Aaron Fox and DeRozan together. You know, he's kind of old. This, the play-in for this shouldn't be too much, hard to decipher, really. So, I think, yeah, the Kings. And then, finally, finish it off. I'm gonna go with the Suns. And the reason why I don't have them as like high is that you have KD, he's gonna get hurt for sure. We have Bradley Beal, he's gonna get hurt for sure. And then you have to play like now you have Tyus Jones, so that's why it's not that bad because Devin Booker can play shooting guard. Then who's your small forward? Bradley Beal is not actually real small forward. And then you have KD, and then your centers like Yusuf Nurkic who can get hurt anytime. So yeah, that's why I have them a little bit lower. My number 6, I do have the Spurs, and the reason why is you have if Wemby was so good last year, and he had Jeremy Sohan playing point guard, and that sucks. Now you have Chris Paul, who I believe will bring a ton to the Spurs. I think he will kind of lift them over the top and make them a really good team because Wembanyama and Paul is one of the best passers. He can actually pass to Wemby when he's wide open, not just keep the ball like almost every other like most of the guys. He actually brings some veteran leadership to Wemby and the Spurs. So that's nice. So the teams I haven't said yet is the Grizzlies, the Mavericks, the Thunder, the Timberwolves. So I said the Spurs. No, I've said the Pelicans. I have not said the Grizzlies. I've said the Rockets. I've not said the Mavericks. I've said the Kings. I've said the Suns. I've said the Lakers. I said the Clippers. I've said the Warriors. Jazz, I said. The Trailblazers, said. Thunder and Timberwolves. What do you mean? Am I forgetting someone? Because, okay. There's technically still 5 slots left. I think it's like Memphis, Dallas, OKC, Mini. Oh, I didn't see Denver up there. So, yeah. And now the number 5 seed. See, Ant is a really good player, and that's why they're still the 5 seed. But outside that, Julius Randle's fine. He's a good player, but you lost Cat. If Rudy Gobert is either really good or really bad, so it's it's iffy. I don't feel like putting them at like a 3 or 2 like last year, right? That's where they were last year. So rough's Dallas, Memphis, Denver. Okay, so, number 4. And I feel like the Memphis Grizzlies were like unlucky. They had Ja get injured and got suspended. Like 2 games after he came back from suspension, got injured. So unlucky, but I think that Jared, I think Ja's actually matured now. If he hasn't, then everyone's gonna clown me. I think that Ja is being mature, and then Zach Edey will be very nice alongside Jaren Jackson Jr. So you have Triple J, and I think you have also Marcus Smart, who will be a very good defender. So how do you think overall the Grizzlies will be a very good team? Better than last year for sure. That's a must. They're as bad as last year then. Something's wrong with Ja. Oh fuck, why did I open that? So number 3 seed. Give me the Mavs. And I think Luka will start exploding in the playoffs. I think in the regular season also explode, but I don't think that they will be a better team than Denver or OKC. Maybe OKC, but not Denver. So that leaves the Thunder and the Nuggets extra. Tease. You're gonna know I have to. It's gonna be the Thunder. And Denver, I think they'll be back for the regular season. And people think that Russ is washed. He's not. He played a great on the Clippers. If they can play him at his role, there's only bright things ahead. Right? There's nothing dark ahead. So that's the regular season. And I'll get to awards a bit later. Let's predict the playoff. So the teams I won't be predicting: Clippers, Rockets, Pelicans, Jazz, Trailblazers, Wizards, Nets, Pistons, Raptors, Hawks. If you're a fan of one of those teams, sorry, I will not be saying their names again. Probably. So, probably should just do that. Playoffs. Oofs. It's crazy. Alright. What the hell? My bad, guys. Having some technical difficulty. Nothing big. Thunder. And Nugget. Yep. Alright. Now can you please work? Yep. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's go. So starting off in the Eastern Conference, in a game between the sort of 76ers Heat. 76ers versus Heat. I have to go. I am gonna go with the Heat to win this game. And why? You have playoff Jimmy. And probably an injured Joel, maybe Paul, or they might be injured. I don't know. So I gotta bank on the Heat to win that game. So now the Heat are the 7th seed, and next I will be having them face the Celtics. And in the next play-in game, I'm gonna do the Hornets Bulls. And in this game, give me the Charlotte. And the reason why is this is not playoffs yet, it's the play-in. So I think that the Hornets, if they don't need that much experience, and the Bulls is washed. I know, I think they'll make the play-in because they're just naturally they make the play-in every year, but naturally they always exit the play-in immediately, pretty close games, but they usually exit the play-in. So I'm backing on the Hornets to win this game. Finally, now we're gonna have 76ers versus Hornets. Now, alright. So this is basically experience. If Embiid's playing, if George is playing, then it's obviously 76ers. Now, will they be playing is the question. I'm gonna say the 76ers are gonna win this game. I don't think it will be, but I think the Hornets will have a really good season, exceed all expectations. But I do think that the Hornets will lose to the and fall to the 76ers. Now going to the western side of the bracket. You're gonna start off with the Suns Kings. And in this game, give me the Suns. Wait! Yeah, just turn the microphone. What? Sorry for the mic off. So, Suns versus Kings, give me the Suns because I think that if Bradley Beal, KD, and the play-in, I think that they'll beat the Kings pretty easily. Now, next game, Lakers Warriors. And give me the Lakers. Just not because they're my favorite team, just because LeBron and AD will beat just Steph every day, every time. There's not much else other than Steph, and there was like Austin Reeves, Jared Vanderbilt on the Lakers. That's why I'm gonna get the Lakers the edge, and I believe it's on their home court. So yeah. Finally, Lakers versus Kings, and I'm gonna go with the Lakers, and it's because they have experience. The Kings don't really have experience, and LeBron's a great player in the playoffs, so I'm gonna go with the Lakers. So now, playoff time. Let's start in the East. Knicks versus 76ers. I'm gonna go with the Knicks in 6. I think the 76ers can put up a fight. You have Paul George, you have Joel, but of course they're not the best in the playoffs, and the Knicks are a really good team. Then you have Celtics versus Heat. I'm gonna go with the Celtics in 5, just because the Celtics are a really good team. The Heat have some red spots there. They have some weaknesses. I got the Celtics to win that game. I mean that series, not game, series. Now, Cavs v Pacers. And I'm gonna put, see, every single year there is one of these kinds of things that happen. I believe the Pacers in 7. I'm actually gonna go with them because once in a year, like sometimes, like there's some shockers, and I think this will be one of them. Give me the Pacers. Now, Bucks versus Magic. Give me the Magic because I think that the Bucks are older. They'll probably have some injuries happening. Give me the Magic and give me the Magic in 5. Now, dude, I don't care. Okay, now going over to the Western side of things. They got Nuggets, Lakers. And because the Lakers are a bit older and the Nuggets are a way better team, the Nuggets are probably going to sweep them. I'm not even gonna lie. So, Lakers are going to get swept by the Nuggets. Next, the Thunder face the Suns. Thunder. I think the Thunder win in 6. Now, got Victor and the Spurs versus the Mavericks. And I think that the Mavericks will sweep away this, and I know this might anger a couple people, but the Mavericks are going to win in 7. That's what I think will happen, just because Luka in the playoffs is God. And I think that you have to have, then Wembanyama, that's why I say 7. I think Wembanyama and Chris Paul are going to be deadly. But Luka is Luka. You can't do much to stop Luka. Especially an old Chris Paul is not going to stop Luka. And finally, Grizzlies Timberwolves. The Grizzlies and it's gonna be, why did I do that? I don't know. But I think that the Grizzlies won pretty comfortably. People don't remember how good the Grizzlies were. Give me the Grizzlies in okay, them in 5. Sorry, sometimes I just turn my mic off. I need to do some stuff. So then, but now when you look at the NBA bracket, NBA playoff, because from here, I have no idea. So let me see here. So here's this lineup thing in gold from like a couple years back. So it's like 360. So the 1-8 game was here. This is 4-5 game. 3-6 game. 2-7. Okay. That makes more sense. No. Get that. So the winner of this 1-8 game, let's start off in the Eastern Conference. So it's gonna be Knicks versus Magic. I'm gonna take the Knicks in 6 games. I think Knicks again will go to 6, and I think they'll come out, end up with the win against the Magic. The Magic are young. They're trying to make a name for them. And I think a second round exit is a pretty good for a young team to make it to second round. I think that would be a good milestone to be able to win a playoff series against a good team, against an experienced team, you know, in the Bucks. And then the next is gonna be 3-6. I'm still learning this. So in the East that would be Pacers versus Celtics. And I think in this series, the Pacers have some more experience, you know. They have more experience, and Jaylen Brown sometimes, and Jason Tatum sometimes just don't do good in these situations. But I gotta back on the Celtics to win this game. This series, not game. We go going on to 7. I do have high hopes for the Pacers, but I gotta go with the Celtics. The obvious pick is the Celtics. And woohoo, we're going to a new page. Next up, we got the 1-8 winner Nuggets with the 4-5 winner, which was the Grizzlies. So Nuggets, Grizzlies. And I think that I think it'll be a good series. I think the Denver Nuggets will win because, in 6, because, the Grizzlies are probably going to be trying to, like, get back to the playoff mode because last season was a flop. So I think that the Nuggets win because I feel like the Grizzlies will have to, like, regroup and really get back in the groove. The next year, 2025, 2026, if that happens, I think they could be a very strong team. I don't know what happened in free agency, though. But let's say, like, the rosters were coming the same in 2025, 2026. I would have had them beating the Nuggets then. So, the next will be the Mavericks versus Thunder. In 5. The reason why I say that is, see, the Thunder's a great regular season team. Shade's a great player. But I can't. Luka's just a different animal, kind of. He's a different guy. I think I think he could beat the Thunder because they have other guys. They now have Clay. Remember that. They have Kyrie, obviously. So yeah, I think the Mavericks are gonna win in 5. Now, Nuggets No. We're gonna start off in the Eastern Conference. No, let's not do that. But Celtics v the Knicks. And I think this time it's gonna be a close game. I have the Knicks in 7. And why? They added more pieces. I feel like now the Celtics didn't do much in free agency, so in the draft. So I feel like the Knicks made those big moves, and I think they'll pay off here. And now Nuggets versus Mavericks. I'm gonna go with the Nuggets in 6. And the reason why is the Nuggets are very experienced. They added Russ, who I think would be a better player than most people think. He also brings some experience. You have the Nuggets with Joker's always good. Murray, if he stays healthy. I don't know about that, but I think that the Nuggets will make the finals. Finally, for this, I will do this way. Should I? No, I have to get to the other things. So, Nuggets v Knicks. Give me the Denver Nuggets in 5. I think that the Knicks can squeeze out a game, but I think the Nuggets end up winning the championship for the 2024 to 2025 NBA season predictions. Now, let's do the awards. MVP. I'm gonna go for the MVP is gonna be so many good players in the league currently. Give me Jalen Brunson. I feel like now with all the guys on their team, I feel like now Jalen Brunson can take that next step and win that MVP this year. I think that coach of the year. I think. So. Let's go with No, let's go with Michael Malone. I feel like a lot of people like him. And then finally, DPOOY. I think this will be the last of the awards, but there's 3 main awards. I think it's gotta go to Victor Wembanyama. He will be a beast down low. He will be blocking. He's 7'4". He's tall. I think he can match up against the best centers in the league. So that's gonna be my predictions for the 2024 to 2025 NBA season. The season kicks off tomorrow at what time? NBA Knicks versus Celtics. The game will be at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, I believe 6:30 p.m. Central time. That's what I'm just doing off my calculations and stuff. So thank you for watching to the end if you have. And remember, till next time, this will be my first video like a month. So be coming out with some more NBA news probably. And until now, bye.